Hi everyone, I just wanted to record a quick video to give you a good overview of Milestone 1 topic selection, which is an assignment that is due this week by this Sunday at 11:59 p.m. your time. So you will see in this course we have 3 milestones. Milestones are module assignments that are directly related to that final project or final paper in the course. In this case, your final paper is worth 25% of your final course grade. So completing milestone assignments is extremely important, as not only would I be grading them and providing points to you, but also putting together really good constructive feedback to help you along the way toward getting to where you need to be in your final assessment. First, I wanted to point your attention to the final project guidelines and rubric. Before beginning a milestone assignment, you always want to refer to this final project guidelines and rubric. While you're going to see specific language that comes out of this particular document into the milestone document, it's still important to sort of revisit the overall final project in terms of what you're doing. So first, I just wanted to point out a few things. First, you know that we're doing a concept map and paper, and so in that final project guidelines and rubric you sort of see some examples of that. On a contemporary issue, so really this milestone 1 assignment is to pick that contemporary issue, that one that you're going to be working on along the entire term. Again, 3 milestones in this course. This is the first and probably one of the most important because you're really picking your topic here. Here is what we call the prompt in the final project rubric. Here you will see that it tells you that you can provide or pick from a list provided below, or choose something that is of interest of you or to you in the news or media, or perhaps that you've encountered in your everyday life, right? So there's bullying, crime and violence, drug and alcohol abuse, income inequality, and wealth distribution. These are all things that I'll talk a little bit about in the next slide. But in this prompt, it's saying that you can choose your topic based on something on this list below, just gives you some ideas, or something maybe that is of interest to you, or something maybe that's connected to your field of study, that is sociological in nature. And certainly I am available to help troubleshoot you with this and to help brainstorm different things that you can do. So here is your milestone 1 guidelines and rubric. Now we're visiting the actual assignment, the assignment paper, right? So let's talk about picking a topic. These are the 4 that are listed on this actual assignment. And so it's really important that if you chose bullying or crime and violence, if you chose any of 4 of these, or any issue, societal issue, it's really important that you break this down, that you drill this down further. So in bullying, perhaps you talk about cyberbullying, or bullying in middle schools or in high school. Crime and violence, perhaps you talk about specifically gang violence or domestic violence, child abuse and neglect. And if you want to do income inequality, perhaps that's gender wage gap, the welfare system. You want to really hone in on something specific to that topic. Somebody recently in the general discussion board had posted saying that they're really interested in exploring homelessness, but in particular they wanted to explore families who are homeless, and was that still too broad? And so my answer is yes. That is, families who are homeless is still too broad, because what's going to end up happening is that your paper will end up just sort of rattling off statistics on the issue of homelessness among families, right? So you want to drill down or hone in on a specific issue that maybe families who are homeless face. Maybe something that has to do with health care, or something that I said in the post, the National School Lunch Program, maybe housing, clothing, food, all of those things. Something specific to that particular issue that you want to research. After selecting your topic, explain what is happening with the social issue. What is the impact? Who is affected? So this is where you're going to talk about the statistics, the numbers associated with what's happening in society. What do people think about it? Are there other debates surrounding the issue? Also provide a brief history of how this issue began. So just overall, research it, right? Look at different resources, and we'll talk about that in a bit, but research it, get a sense of the magnitude of the problem, who's affected, what it looks like, how has it changed, when did it start, what do people think about it, just everything that you can think of and gather about this issue. Really try to pull that together. Granted, of course, this particular assignment is one page. It only has to be one page. I guess that it probably would be more than that. But you really want to focus in on a topic and cover as much as you can. And I would also say that these assignments, these milestone assignments, don't just stand alone, right? Everything that you're doing in this milestone assignment, finding the resources that you need to find, can all be used in your final project. So really, you're not doing or working on your final project as we approach Module 7 last minute at midnight, right? That you're really along the way throughout the term working toward your project. I would also point your attention to supporting resource lists. This is a hyperlink. Click on this. This is kind of hidden. I don't know if you saw it, but this will give you an idea of the sorts of topics that maybe you can explore, and it really how to drill down. It also gives you a good idea of the resources that you should be using as you explore this issue. This particular assignment asks you for one scholarly resource. I've had this question in the past. What is a scholarly resource? So really a scholarly resource is one that comes from a peer-reviewed scholarly journal. Okay, you can get this on the Shapiro Library website. Those links are within your course. Or a reputable source. So what does that mean? A reputable source, let's say you're doing child abuse and neglect, right? Perhaps you look at a website, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. That's a reputable source. If you're talking about crime and violence, perhaps you explore FBI reports. That's a reputable source. What is not a reputable source is something like a Newsweek article or an article in Glamour magazine. These really are all opinion pieces that you want to stay away from. Now, it doesn't mean that maybe in your final paper you don't want to work that into your final paper, but they should not be used it should not be used in replace of the scholarly sources that you need to use. They should be used in addition to, sort of as a bonus in your paper. And also, really stay away from Wikipedia. I see a lot of Wikipedia in papers. We want to stay away from Wikipedia because we know that people can change that information, and that is not considered a reputable source. Real quick, wanted to call your attention to the rubric. I'm always going to be pointing out the rubric to you. So this is just for your Milestone 1 assignment. We'll talk about the rubric when it comes to your final project. So you really want to, this is what I'll be using to grade your paper, but it should also help guide you as you write your paper. So you want to stay in obviously that proficient column. So in topic selection, you identify the social issue, citing resources. So citing your scholarly resource, that is important. If you don't do that, then you hit that needs improvement area, which we'll talk about. Summary summarizes the social issue, again citing resources. And articulation of response, these are your writing mechanics. This is the grammar and the spelling and the citations and all that other stuff. Needs improvement is when you identify the social issue, but you do not cite your sources, or there are gaps in detail or accuracy. Same with the summary. You do not cite your resources, and it has gaps in detail or accuracy. So that's the difference between proficient and needs improvement. And then not evident, of course, it's not there. You didn't do it, you tried. Not necessarily that you tried, but it's overall not there. Good luck in Module 2. Good luck with Milestone 1. And let me know if you have any questions at all. Feel free to email me, or feel free to post to that general board discussion so everybody can see your questions. I can answer them as best as I can so that everybody can see the sorts of things that might be able to help them along the way. Good luck, everybody.